Hey, good morning. So, I made a recent video for you kids, and I'm not changing anything I said in that video. I hope that one day you see it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I do want to make an addendum to that, though. I let your mom off on a lot of things because I know that she's all you got. I don't want to disrupt whatever security you have. Both she and I have made awful choices in regards to you, selfish choices. I've listed my sins 100 times in these videos. In the last video, I said your mother believed most likely that she was doing the best thing for you by cutting me out of your life. And I still believe that. What I didn't say or elaborate upon is that we believe what we must. Your mother has to believe that I'm this terrible monster to justify destroying our family and seriously hurting y'all. We got divorced with her two claims against me were that I was emotionally abusive and financially abusive. What the fuck does emotionally abusive even mean? I mean, that's a really big catch-all. Was I a jerk at times? Absolutely, man. Was I caught up in myself? Absolutely. I got really bad on the oxy, and I will always regret that and be ashamed of it. And the only thing I can do, and have done since that day that I crashed out, is never take the shit again. I've been prescribed it, haven't picked it up. All you can do in life is try and do better. And I am certainly not the only person to ever get addicted to oxy and have a psychotic break. Which I should mention, that psychotic break is the only time that violence was ever stated by me in the 20-something years that your mother and I were together. And even then, I was not saying that I wanted to do that or was going to do that. I stated that what I saw in a delirium, and it scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of me so bad I went to detox that night in Mississippi. I would never, ever hurt y'all or your mother. And that was one of the things that really pissed me off, man. Because your mother chose to listen to this loudmouth. I'm not going to dignify naming, but you know who she is. Who said that I was dangerous. Kids, if I was dangerous, man, I'm either really bad at violence or really good at violence. Because you cannot find anybody who says that I was violent with them. Except for, a couple of fights I had with grown men. I've only hit a woman one time in my life. And that's when she was attacking me, and then she attacked a cop. And I've never hit a kid. I think both those behaviors are reprehensible. I mean, defend yourself. Don't get me wrong. Don't let a woman play the female card while she's beating the crap out of you. I had that happen to me one time. And the second time it happened, I said, fuck no. And I clocked the bitch. Glad I did. She shouldn't have put her hands on me. And she never did again. So that's the full extent of my violent history. You talk about emotional abuse. Your mother never once told me there were any problems in the marriage. I would ask her, repeatedly, because, it seemed like she was off. Not once did she say, your behavior's out of line, or you're taking too many drugs, or anything like that. Now, I'm not blaming her for my actions, but I am saying that in a marriage, in a partnership, you have to have honest communication. And we did not. Your mother has always been kind of an avoidance type person. And, I mean, in the end, she got what she wanted. You talk about financial abuse. Again, I don't know what the fuck that means. Your mother had everything she wanted. Y'all had everything you wanted. I sold a large part of my book collection to buy y'all Christmas gifts one year. I bought her a $500 purse the same year, I think, that we separated. The bills were always paid. Now, that's another thing that irritates me, is I worked really long, hard jobs to put food on the table, to take care of us, and I wore my body down. I had a heart condition and went to work, on an asphalt crew. I don't know how many years of my life that took off. Probably not as much as me smoking did, which I've quit, but probably a few. There were days I came home and my whole body was just convulsing from pain, from heat stroke almost. Certainly wouldn't last 5 minutes in that job today. I hate to tell you. I don't know if your mother's a good person or a bad person, to be honest with you. But I'm sure she loves you. And I hope that you will respect her as your mother. That you will take care of her in her old age. I hope that you will show her the kindness and courtesy that you didn't show me. It's a terrible thing to grow up without a parent. It's a terrible thing to be lied to throughout your life about them. I tried really hard to keep our family together. I guess I knew it was over when we went to counseling, and she was just trying to buy time to keep me out of the house. That's why I moved back before the 3 months expired. It was a last-ditch effort to try and keep my family together. To this day, your mother can, at best, point to instances where I was a jerk. but I loved your mother very much. When my finger got crushed at work, the doctor said he was going to have to cut off my wedding band. I said, no, sir, you'll cut off the finger before you'll cut off the wedding band. That's a symbol of my marriage, and I take it seriously. I sacrificed so much for y'all. And of course, none of that matters. Like I said before, I wish that she had loved y'all more than she hated me. But she had to hate me. Okay? She had to be unreasonable in her hatred. Because otherwise what she did is not justifiable. So anyhow, I don't want to go on and on about the subject. But, and I don't know what y'all have been told. Haven't talked to y'all in years. If you ever have questions, you can always contact me. I think River has my email address. If you ever want to talk on the phone, just write me or leave me a comment on one of these YouTubes, or contact me somehow. My email address is michael.g.mclarty@gmail.com. Same email address I've had for decades. So, I hope I'm wrong in that I'll never see y'all again. But life hasn't given me a whole lot of reasons to be optimistic. I love all of you. I hope you have wonderful lives. And don't hate anybody. Life's too short. Take care.